I see you. Yeah, you're a fighter. I see you. You've got a friend. I see you. Yeah, you're a winner. I see you. Yeah, you're the best. I see you. Yeah, you're a fighter.
So it is springtime. I am anxiously awaiting a tremendous amount of weight loss. But I'm excited about the springtime because I get to do some spring cleaning, get to get rid of some things. And they advise you not to get rid of too many clothes in the beginning, just because you don't want to buy new sizes and you haven't even arrived to your ideal size yet. So yeah, I'll see. There's been a death in my family. And this has sent me a little bit spiraling, emotionally, just a little bit. Because of course, loss is tough on everybody, and my usual crutch, you know the rest. Greetings, this is Toni Ellis, Soul Sparker and Clarity Coach, and you are joining me for my VSG journey. And yes, I am an additional almost 3 pounds down. But as you can see, if you are watching from my YouTube channel, you understand in that intro that I ran into some roadblocks this week. If you are joining me on IGTV, then you haven't heard about it yet. So I didn't actually give a detailed explanation. I wanted to save that for this portion of my presentation. But thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for tuning into my journey. It is a long journey because there is no destination. There is just me comparing my old numbers of my weight and my blood work to my new numbers of my weight and my blood work, and checking in daily for the rest of my life. As far as this is concerned, I only do this once a week, every week on Thursdays. I've only taken one time off, and now we are 9 weeks post-op, and I'm excited about the gradual weight loss. No, it is not running away from me. I'm an inches girl. I'm actually having some issues with my clothes right now, and so that scale is moving slowly, honey, but these clothes, they are literally falling off of me. I have not worn these in quite some time, and they're just pulling off without me even buttoning them or unbuttoning them. And so I got some things in my closet that I'm going to be giving away soon. And, they tell you to slow your roll on that, but I'm super duper excited about the transformation that is taking place right before my eyes, and I wanted to share it with you all. So this week I want to discuss gorging on grief. Yes, I lost a family member, a very important family member, a patriarch of our family. My mother came from a very large family. Her mother and father brought 13 souls into this world. And my mother was the 10th to close her eyes in death 2 years ago, March 20th. And her brother was the 10th to take his leave on Monday, April 1st. Morris Ray Hickman, we love you, and we appreciate all that you've done for us. We're so grateful and so glad that you were born. And so he was my uncle here, but he was also like a father to me because, my parents separated when I was like 7 years old. They divorced eventually when I was 11. And so my uncle has been the mainstay. He has been that man in my life. I do have other male mentors here in the city, but he is the blood that has left us yearning for yesterday, if I would. So when I'm talking about gorging on grief, I'm talking about the fact that when we got the news on Monday that my uncle had passed, one of his children posted it on the internet, and one of our other cousins saw it and immediately called me on the telephone. Yes, Deborah Yancey. my cousin. I love her. She's a mentor, a prayer partner, someone who has supported me in every endeavor I've ever taken in. I mean, from Pathfinders as a little kid, singing in church, to being there for my first book and all thereafter. And she's been very supportive, and she's watched my weight go up and down. She's watched my mood go up and down. She's been that mainstay, that cheerleader, that individual, that voice when my mother was not here to talk to me and encourage me and let me know I'm headed in the right direction and sometimes in the wrong direction. And so when we got that call, and then my cousin posted that on the internet, I was way out by the airport dropping one of my uncles off so he'd get his rental car, because they had flown in from North Carolina to be by my uncle's side before he transitioned, and they made it. They made it. So I was taking him to the rental car, got the call, and as I dropped him off, the overwhelm began. And I started thinking about how I missed my mother already, how I missed all of my mother's siblings and my mother's parents who were my grandparents, and how I was starting to just feel lonelier and lonelier, even though I have my husband, my children, my brand new grandchildren in this world, my cousins, and their children, and a host of family and friends and church family and friends, and, people that I work with, clients that I serve. And I was feeling the loneliness. And I was passing by a fast food place, a whole bunch of fast food places, but one in particular, Cane's. And as I was passing Cane's, I decided I would stop and get me a 2-piece kids meal. Yes, I did, and with an extra cane sauce. And I barely got 4 small fries in me and the dipping sauce, 1 bite of one of the chicken tenders, and a sip on the lemonade that tasted like water, which I'm sure they watered it down because they thought it was going to a child. And before I could even get upset with that, I get a call from my cousin. And my name is Toni, but my nickname is Tanya. And so she said, "Tanya, are you staying on task? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? I know how you get when you get stressed out. And I just want to make sure that you're staying focused and that you're doing what you are supposed to do, because you've come too far." And she only just wants to see me win. And so I said, as a matter of fact, I actually took a detour before I came to the hospital. And I did stop at Cane's, and I confessed to her. And she said, "Well, get on track, stay on track. I'm praying for you. You're going to be all right. Stay focused." And she laughed out loud, because I laughed out loud and said, "You know me very well." But how many people out there know you very well, but they have no clue how to have your back? I want to talk to that person out there who knows somebody who is challenged with staying on task on their health journey. And yes, there will be failures along that journey, but you don't have to stay down even when you fall down. I don't know who you are out there, but you're watching someone commit their demise. Or you could be the one in a position to do better, but you're making poor choices. And I'm telling you, you are not alone. I say that absolutely every single week on every single video, on every YouTube channel, IGTV, everything that I do. I want to encourage you to know there are people out here that understand your journey and that see you and that want you to win. So be encouraged to know that you can show up for yourself. All you have to do is own up to your failures and get back up, dust yourself off, and move forward again. Act up. Do some positive acting up. Instead of filling yourself with Cane's and the extra sauce, get you a bottle of water and sip on that religiously. And that's what I ended up doing. Because after she told me I had to, maintain the accountability there and give the leftovers to my grandson. But again, I reiterate, It is time for you to soar. Show up for you, own up for you, act up for you so that you begin to rise up for you and then roar. Get mad enough to be resilient, to bounce back, to be optimistic, put some positive things here. And then hold yourself and others accountable and be restored. Embrace the restoration. I'm in a place of restoration and I have not been embracing it intact when it comes to grief. Don't lose sleep over the past. Don't lose sleep over things that you cannot change. Be encouraged, even if that means you must encourage yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe and to share this post because it's not just about losing weight and being able to change, my clothing size, but it's about getting to the root of the fruit of this fat. I want you to get to the root of the fruit of your fat. Until next time, I'm Toni Ellis. Peace and many blessings. Love you. Bye-bye.
I see you. Yeah, you're a fighter.